Happy New Year to all of Fragcom. Hey, I got some goodies to talk about. Let's talk about the goodies we did receive for Christmas. Comment below what you got for Christmas, or maybe you got a gift card, or you went for Boxing Day or something like that. I'd love to hear what you guys got at the end of 2018. Let's look forward to 2019. Let's go. Fragrance family, welcome to my New Year's special fragrance haul and first impression video. I am going to test out these fragrances on paper, not on my skin, because I just tested out Baccarat Rouge on my skin, so I don't want to start mixing those guys up. I would like first and foremost thank Imaginary Authors, which one of these fragrances was supplied to me. I have a total of 4 fragrances here in this video, which 3 of them have been on my radar for years and years. So it's actually a really good way of ending my 2018 or starting my 2019 with these fragrances. So enough of this. Let's get to sniffing and showing the fragrances I got. You already know what I got because you saw the thumbnail. But let's start with the one that was supplied to me from Imaginary Authors, and this is Whispered Myths. This one is supposed to be centered around the note of oud, Cambodian oud actually. So let's see what we get from this one. I'm going to spray it just on this test strip right here and try it out. Hey, comment below if you want me to do a pop the cherry on these fragrances, kind of like a first impression on all of these on my skin, kind of like wearing it for a scent of the day, for the day, and kind of give you guys my take on it. But let's try this one. I believe this is a new release. Really the one thing that the oud really didn't pique my interest, the cantaloupe piqued my interest. It has natural Cambodian oud, cantaloupe, cedarwood, muscadina, honey, and salvage shipwreck. So you know what hits my nose? That cantaloupe. And the woods, it smells wet. It smells like a shipwreck. Very interesting. It has a large amount of ambrette here. It's musky, it's metallic. It's also vegetal a little bit. The melon's very interesting in here. It has a slight melon accord here. It's very, it went away real quick, but it has some uplifting qualities a little bit, but it has a very realistic bark-like woody quality. Definitely woody with some vegetal musky qualities, with some ozonic qualities too. Smells kind of like driftwood to me, like shipwreck in the notes. And I know that's an imaginary note, but hell, shipwreck, yeah, it just smells like a driftwood because it's wet, it's salty, it's very much woody, and you have a little bit of that bark too. Very wet, though. Damp is the word. Very nicely done. Off the strip, I'm not too sure about a strong oud note here. It's very woody, obviously, but very artistic as a fragrance, and it has some quality to it. And I'm not saying that because I'm receiving these fragrances. Josh's work needs to get more noses on them because I'm very impressed with his work. And this one right here, I'm looking forward to it. I really like the kind of driftwood aspect to this fragrance, but not only that, but the cantaloupe. Hopefully I get more of that on my skin. I didn't get much honey, but very woody, and the oud, I don't know about that, but more woody than anything. Very interesting scents from Imaginary Authors. I really like that one. I can't wait to review that one. I'm actually a little hyped about it. Next, let's go with so I got a couple on my Facebook group. I got some gentleman was selling exclusives from Chanel and Christian Dior, and when I saw Coromandel Eau de Toilette up there with Mitza, which is one that I really wanted, I had to snatch them both up. So Coromandel, we'll start with this one, Eau de Toilette. Again, it's a partial, that's why I got it from my Facebook group. And this fragrance right here, I remember I went to a couple duty frees, and this is way back when. I never smelt this fragrance, but it was always hyped as one of the better Chanels. Never smelt it. Now, obviously I have, what, 3 of these now. I got Bois des Îles, I have Sycamore, and I have Cuir de Russie from the exclusive line. Coromandel, always, every time I went to a duty free or a Chanel boutique, they're always sold out of the eau de toilette for some reason. It's a good scent, obviously. So I got the others. But finally I got this. So let's sniff this one out. This is supposed to be a heavy patchouli based scent. I believe it has white chocolate. Jacques Polge, of course, the nose behind this one. Oh yeah, beautiful oriental fragrance. Very balsamic, very warm. Patchouli, it's got some woods in here. It also has a note of white chocolate. Yeah. And it has that white chocolate note. It also has iris in this fragrance that gives it some smoothness, but it has a perfect amount of patchouli in this one to dirty it up a little bit. Very rich scent. Reminds me of the old school Chanels that were built so well, like the Egoist of the world, the Antheuses of the world. Simply outstanding. Very happy to have this one in my collection. Very much a staple, or a great one for this winter, actually. So I'm going to be wearing a lot of Coromandel Eau de Toilette. I don't have much left of it, but I highly appreciate it. Enough to do a review and enjoy quite a bit of this fragrance. So just enough. Let's go to the next one, which is, of course, Mizza. This is another one that is a darling in the fragrance community. This is a huge bottle. Still a lot of juice left. Again, a huge fan of the old school Dior lineup. They've been playing with this lineup like crazy, discontinuing them. And I don't know if they're going safer. I love the old school Christian Dior fragrances like this one. You got Leather Oud, you got Ambre Nuit. More and more and more. So I want to get more of these fragrances. I think Cuir Canage just got discontinued too. I got to get that one. But anyway, never smelt this one. Well, I smelt it in New York like 2011, 12, something like that. Shortly, because Leather Oud was my first one from the brand, and that's when I got that one in New York. So Mizza, again, same thing like Coromandel. I believe I would wear Coromandel and Mizza for the same type of occasions, to be honest. This is again another oriental fragrance, a very balsamic. Yeah, oh, beautiful. And I understand why it's getting so much love. It's getting harder and harder to find. I don't think it's fully discontinued. Some people are saying discontinued, and it's available in some countries it's not. But a really good one here, an ambery, cinnamon. It's got some honey in here, but beautiful, beautiful blend here for Mizza. Like I said earlier, Mizza pulls a little bit from Coromandel here. They do have incense, patchouli, vanilla rose, among others as far as notes. Great smoothness here. The sweeter notes of amber and vanilla really pull on this one. I can smell some incense here. We got some smoke here from the incense. It's very balsamic too. Warm, spicy, great addition to my already great Dior higher end collection. Next blind purchase probably is going to be either the Oud or of course, Cuir Canage. So we'll see. I keep an eye out on the Facebook groups for these type of fragrances because you know, something like this is just enough for me to review it and keep it in my collection for years to come. I don't need too much of it, and usually these things can pull for, sometimes they're under 100 for a little bit of this, or around 120 to 130, so that's perfect for me. Last but not least, a unicorn has finally come home, M7 Fresh. Yes, finally it's in my collection, and it's funny how the one that I anticipate the most out of all these was this one right here, the designer fragrance that got discontinued a long time ago. This is the fun part of the journey. You know, when you look at a fragrance reviewer and something like this gets them, you know, it's not gonna get me views. I don't care about that. This is a true frag hit that's happy. This is the kind of stuff that intrigues me is fragrances, designers like this that do have like a unicorn, something that you can't get, and finally you got it. it just puts a smile on my face. This one, I'm not going to spray too much. I only got a 50 ml of it, brand new though. But you know, I had a sample from Jay Royal. Thank you so much from him just recently, and I did a couple of videos on that sample. So I'm not going to go too much in depth with this one, but so this one is just basically what it is. It's very uplifting, but it also has the M7 DNA in the background. It's just a scent that I absolutely wanted. If you want to hear my take on this, it has that M7 feel to the fragrance, but much fresher. I really like this one. I can't wait to wear this one more in the spring, but I could also pull this off in the office too. I think it would be a good one for that. But anyway, that one, I don't really have to do a first impression or anything on that one just because I've done enough. Now it's time to review that one. So again, if you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. That bell is also waiting to be rung. Are you part of my notification gang yet? If you haven't already, check me out. I am on Twitter. I'm very active on Instagram, posting my scent of the day, scent of the night sometimes. If you got Facebook, I am on Facebook. Just look up Robes08. I also have a Facebook group, which is called FGN, Fragrance Guru Nation. Right now, we're at the cusp of hitting 15,000 members. So huge group of fragrance enthusiasts just like you. Go check that out, FGN, and discuss fragrances. Join us today. All the links are down below. As always, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube.